So hello once again. So I wanted to talk about the semester. The semester has been one of the hardest semesters that I've ever had. I think this is a little too far. Let me make it closer. When it's close, I feel like it's better. Maybe whatever. So the semester has been hard not because of the material per se, but because towards the beginning of the semester, my grandpa passed away, and it was very sudden. It was very sudden, and later on, towards the end of the semester, basically right before finals, my father called me and told me he was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis. Um, I hope that, and then on top of that, the preceptor that was working with me that day, he was joking around with me, and I just went idle. Like, I couldn't hear what he was saying. People were like, he's talking to you, my name, he's talking to you. His dad died 2 weeks after my grandpa died. I was like, what great news. They keep coming, they just keep coming up back to back. So we talked the last time I saw him. I was like, he didn't tell me. He told the girl I was with, and she told me, do you know this happened to him? And the day I had my grandpa die, I worked with one of my really close friends, and she had no clue that my grandpa died. And my sister always tells me that you can read my face, you can read my face easily, but had no idea that this big event happened. Anyways, I told him that it gets better with time. It definitely, it's those things where it's one of those things that really gets you to experience somebody's just not going to be there anymore. And it gets you, in a way, it gets you closer to God. It really does. I know I talk a lot about this particular topic, but it really, I don't know. And at the time, I told my sister to stay with me, and even though my mom needed her there, I just needed her here with me. I don't know. It was, and my mom was blaming us that we didn't go. I didn't go at all. I was not in good terms with my mom when that happened. I mean, throughout my life, I try to be the best I can, but sometimes people just don't get along, and that's the way it is with my mom most of the time. I try to keep her with me on really good terms. I really do. Be respectful, all that, but love comes from the heart. It's something that you either got it or you don't. So, and sometimes I feel like she just doesn't have that for me, and it's fine. I don't need anyone's love. I don't need anyone to love me. I don't need a human being to. I don't give like little crap about what people, whether they like me or not. There's just something about my personality. I don't know if I've always had it. I just don't give a crap. I'm especially a lot of the times when people act like they're good people, they're trying to look like the goody goody. They're trying to look like a good person. But in general, when you're a good person, you get a lot more backlash than you are when you're a bad person. As a matter of fact, I was listening to a lawyer. He's like a worldwide known divorce lawyer. He says he always stands by the bad party or the bad guy party because it's easier to support. So why is it that way? I don't know, and must be for a reason. But what I know is that bad people get clapped for a lot more than good people. So I don't do it to get that type of look. That's why I don't give a damn. That's the reason. But yeah, so it is what it is, I think. Anyways, I'm trying out outfits and things like that. I'm trying to find happiness after the news. Truthfully, like I try to find, and I can't find it. But then whenever let's say I get a message and I see that it's about my grandpa or this or something that's, I can't help but feel a little down. And the first thing that happened when I first heard of these news is that I detached from people. I no longer talk to people anymore. I don't find joy in joining conversations in big crowds. I walk like between people and go. That's just me. I've always been like that, but it's gotten exacerbated after that. Like I just sit in my room. Like normally, when we have clinic groups, they all sit and talk to each other. I sit in my room and close the door. Everybody, like, we had 2 rooms before this goes out of storage. We have 2 rooms, and one room is like 2 rooms, and we have 3 people. So we have only 2 rooms. It's like in one of these specialties that we have. I had one room and the other 2 had another room. They would chit chat and I would just be in the other room and close the door. I would not want to hear anything. Like, I put music in my ears and start studying or start to do anything but socialize. Yeah, it's hard. It gets better, and yeah, I think it's just a time that will pass. But I have passed all my classes and everything went well and great, and I'm very thankful and grateful. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's my update to myself. Hopefully all is well. Next semester is approaching, and my sister is graduating, so she's graduating with a master's of engineering, so she has the order of the engineer ring ceremony. They have a lot of cool stuff, they also graduate really early. The medical programs, they just take forever to be done with them. It's like you're never done. It's like, how many years? You take 4 years of unnecessary chemistry degree or whatever it is that gets you the prerequisites. Then you go on to another degree with 4 years. Just get us in there from high school. Like, why am I learning about physics? Why am I learning about chemistry? What the hell am I going to do with that information? Like, nothing. This stuff is useless. It's useless for the patient. Anyways, I'm going to stop the video.